So, I'm going to be honest. I had no intention of making a video today. I was strictly going to write a blog, because frankly, it is safer to hide behind a screen, especially when it's something that needs accountability. Half of me wanted it, and half of me didn't. So clearly, you get a video, so you know where to side one out. But Wednesday, I had an extremely rough day. It is very difficult for me to live in this skin, and I'm putting that lightly. It would be much safer and more comforting for me to live in the Jenna of 2011. I'm familiar with her. I know her every thought, I know her every action, I know her every feeling. I know her like the back of my hand. I know how to live in that skin. The Jenna of today, I don't know how to be her. I don't know how to exist as her. She feels very foreign to me. She is not at all what I had pictured or envisioned me being in weight restoration. I had this crazy idea because apparently I like to make impossible things possible, but that I could live as the Jenna of 2011 in the life of today. I'm here to tell you that that is not possible. As much as you may try, it cannot be done. And that is a great pain for me. And it's a great sadness. Because every day, every minute, I think about that Jen of 2011 and how much I miss her and how much I'd love to be her. So to know that I can't be, to know that I've outgrown that skin that she existed in, to know emotionally and mentally and spiritually I could not shrink back to be her, is a very hard truth to swallow. When I see any signs of her starting to disappear on me, a lot of grief comes. Because I don't like to think of her as so far away. I've always liked to keep her close, but that's becoming more and more impossible. So it pains me to say this, but I don't want this body. And it hurts to have to utter those words because of how hard I've had to fight and all the battles I've had to overcome in order to exist like this. But that's just the truth of how it is right now. And it brings up a lot of emotions and a lot of anger and a lot of sadness. And I don't like dealing with those emotions. I don't like knowing that I can't be her anymore. I don't like watching her disappear. And so what I do to not deal with those emotions is I obsess on the body itself. And I distract with thinking. I distract with thoughts of how I could change this body and what it's becoming. Even if I don't act on it, I still let it consume my mind. And I'll sit there and I'll measure and I'll compare and I'll just pick apart this body. All just to cover up what's really happening. All to not have to deal with the grief of letting her go. So I guess I was feeling a lot of that on Wednesday because those thoughts were magnified by about 100. And I was so exhausted. So tired of it all. Because I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to be so consumed with who I'm not and who I wish I was that I cannot enjoy what is before me. And I cannot enjoy the Jenna of today who's getting to live this life. It is so aggravating to be so consumed with how I look walking through this life, neglecting the fact that I even have a life to walk through. all gratitude goes out the window for how far I've been brought, for how much God has brought me through. And I'm so tired of living in that anger and that unfulfillment. I'm so tired of living in that hurt. At some point, I have to come to the acceptance of this is who I am, and this is who God has made me, and it's okay. It may feel different, but it's not bad. And I walked into church on Wednesday, and I just wrote in my journal that I was so sick of looking at myself. I'm so tired of seeing me. And I've said those words before, and I've been aggravated with it all before. But there was a different authority that came with it on Wednesday. So I sat there and I said, well, what are you going to do about it, Jenna? Truth not acted upon is worthless. So I decided that I'm going to do a 21-day detox of myself. And what does that mean? They say it takes 21 days to break a habit, and this is what it is. All its obsessions, all this focus on my body is a habit. I believe the stronghold of needing to do it, of having a purpose to it, has been broken. And now it's my job to break the habit of it. So for 21 days, I'm not going to look at my body. No mirrors, no reflections, no sitting here and staring at my body. No picking it apart in pictures, none of it. Completely cutting myself off from myself. It sounds crazy. I don't know if it's impossible. I will tell you in 3 weeks. But why not give it a try? What is the worst that can happen? If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But if it does, how incredible would that be? To finally be free of it. To finally let go. To finally be able to just fly without anything weighing me down. So I'm just going to document the next 21 days. I'll probably do it in video form. I may do it in some in writing. But just how it's going and what I'm feeling and any challenges. And my hope was that there was a huge difference in who I am within from day 1 to day 21. My hope was that by day 21, my label of who I am comes from what God has put within me and not what I see outwardly. My hope was on that 22nd day when I look in the mirror, that all I see is the woman of God God created me to be, and the brilliance and magnificence of the light He put in me just shining out. So, here's to day 1, and we'll see how the next 20 go.